Welcome to Helsingborg, Sweden, situated in the southwest, just a nip across the bay from Denmark, populated by just over 100,000 people, a major regional center of trade, transport and business. This week, the focal point being the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2019. For our live coverage game this morning, the women's second round-robin game. It will be the home favourites, Sweden, to play Switzerland, a replay of last year's European and World Championship final. Here in the Olympia rink, as we meet Team Sweden, at lead, Sofia Malbergs. Second, Agnes Knockenhauer. At third, Sara McManus. And Sweden will again be skipped by Anna Hasselborg. For Switzerland, Melanie Barbesat at lead, Esther Neuenschwander at second, is skip and third, Silvana Tirensoni, and throwing fourth stones for Switzerland, Alina Petz. Looking at the standings, one game has been played so far in the women's competition. It's Czech Republic, Russia, Scotland, Switzerland and Sweden sitting in the top half with a win yesterday. All teams will play each other a total of 9 games. And of course some other games out there this morning. It will be Russia to take on Germany. Czech Republic will play Estonia, Latvia to play Norway. Also Denmark will face off against Scotland. So there you see it, all 5 sheets in action as the teams have had their pre-game practice and also the draw shot challenge. We see Switzerland picking up the last stone advantage in what will be quite the exciting game this morning. I'm Sandra Olvak, joined by Rona Howie. How do you see this one panning out?
Yeah, we're in for a treat this morning. Both these teams want to feature on the last day of play here. Both very professional, practice hard day in, day out. This is what they play for. So I think we're going to see a high quality of curling game this morning.
It will be lead Sofia Malbergs to get us started here, 26 years of age. 2 big rivals on the curling scene. 2 of the very best women's teams in the world. And you never know, you might see these 2 teams in the final again this year.
You may do, but some other teams here will have a different view of that.
Melanie Barbesat. Makes the nose hit. Not sure if that is on the rings or not. Hasselborg having a look. Just nibbling the blue 12 foot, so Sweden allowed to make a play on it. Just keeping it simple here in the first end, making sure everyone's awake. Just waiting for that morning coffee to kick in.
I'm sure they'll be well awake. These athletes have very strict timings in the morning, how many hours to eat their breakfast before the game, and when to arrive at the arena, when to warm up. So they'll be wide awake, ready for action.
Taking a look at the rules of play, we will have that 5 stone free guard zone. We'll see a minimum of 6 ends this morning. Teams are awarded 38 minutes of thinking time, and they can call 1 timeout at any point during the game. So with Sweden rolling out, Switzerland will put up the corner guard. So an attempt at scoring a multiple end here. And of course with the 5 stone free guard zone, that corner guard is in a safe spot for Switzerland, and Sweden will have to ignore it. Here's Agnes Knockenhauer.
Riktigt nära bara. Ja, vi är där just nu.
Linjen är lugn.
Där just nu.
Lite alltså.
Bra linje.
På.
Det går bra nu. Okej. Bra. Det är bra där.
Ja, ja verkligen.
Magnus being with Helsingborg pretty much her whole curling career. The two of them stuck together throughout. As you see Esther Neuenschwander.
Schnell, gell? Blocklängde ist nicht so schlecht.
Okay. Gut gespielt gewesen, Esther. Ren! Japp! Ren! Japp! Japp! Japp, japp, japp!
Peels that corner guard, so we might just be looking at a blank end here. Just coming onto the rings with this one. Taking our first look at Sara McManus.
Wanted to roll across the rings there. So it can act as a guard for Switzerland's benefit.
Es ist etwas so ähnlich, wie du eingespielt hast.
Du hast 14-5 gespielt für den Beisser.
Ja. Und die 65 dann?
Ja.
Gut.
Nur, dass wir am Vorderteam halten,
Ja,
aber das ist recht weit hinten, das ist auch gut.
Silvana Tirensoni, a veteran on the sheet this morning. Won the World Juniors back in '99. So it would take her 20 years to win another championship. That came after teaming up with Alina Petz. It's been very successful.
That's a nice come around. Plenty separation from the guard. You see how much that comes in at the end. Really pulls big.
They'll make the run back. McManus still leaves a corner.
Wahrscheinlich 65.
Ja, ich würde nicht mega viel rausnehmen. Jetzt hast du noch mal eine andere Spur. Ja, 65 ist gut.
Wir sind ein bisschen knapp. Achtung! Ist gut! Ist gut! Gut! Achtung!
Nur Linie!
Achtung!
8 Fuß, 4 Fuß!
Linie ist gut!
Bis Tee!
Nur Linie!
Bis Tee!
Okay. Linie ist gut!
Oh, das geht! Bis sie der. Länge sehr gut.
Gut.
Schön.
Another nice come around by Tirensoni.
Gut, das sehen wir.
Not as deep, so slightly easier to run back for Sweden. As you said, Xander, Lena Pats and Savannah Tirinzoni really working well. With Savannah calling the game and Lena playing last stone.
Om jag säger att de hittills. Jag tror det är rätt så. Rakt eller?
Here is Anna Helsingborg. Looking to run this back. Sweeper's trying to hold the line. Just over curls. Runs it past the O. A chance for Switzerland to split the rings here, maybe score a 2.
Jag trodde vi skulle hålla den.
Var lite tajt. Jag trodde också vi skulle hålla den.
Det är därför vi skulle få den.
Så han är för rackspung. Kalla mycket i slutet. Den låg nära hela vägen.
Vind je dat goed? Jullie hebben voor een inschap voor de kaart. 8 voor 4. Mooi, ja, zo vind ik het goed, ja.
Here is Alina Pets.
Laat tegen beter als die andere zien. Karle vest, hè? Karle vest. Ja, ja. Ine goed. Goed, Timmer nog goed hier. Ik neem me nog goed.
Klein zeer goed.
Perfect. Goed, zo is goed, zo is goed.
So trying to give as much separation as possible, not leave a double. Pretty well played. No double for Anna Hasselberg.
Won the World Championship back in 2015, Alina Pets. Of course, again, last season, teaming up in Tirinzoni. Beating Hasselborg in the final.
Den låg bra fram till tåg typ.
Sara som var vikare igen då. Det finns ju uppenbarligen lite.
We'll expect them both to be in the mix for medals at both championships this season as well.
Sätt vidare.
We're in that middle of the Olympic cycle where Olympic points are gained from the World Championships this season and next season.
Switzerland looking good to score 2 here unless Hasselborg can make a roll in behind the cover. Will not do that, so that's a sitting duck for Alina Pets. Played once so far this season, Hasselborg and Tirinzoni. Pretty heavy loss for the Swedes on that occasion at a Grand Slam earlier this fall. An event that Sweden did eventually win. As we see Pets with the last stone of the first end, open hit to score a 2. And it's a pretty textbook start to the game for Switzerland. 2 points on the board. After a great couple of draws by Tirinzoni, a missed run back by Sweden, it's 2-0.
vorne 4. Es war 70:80 sind wir gut. Jederzeit. Er mitgeben, schnell.
Länge ist recht gut. Linie ist auch
Länge
gut.
ist gut.
Recht gut.
Wir sind ein bisschen weiter aussen.
Linie ist recht gut.
Genau vorne
Recht
4.
gut.
Sieht
Ja,
kurz
ist nur
aus.
3. Okay, so nah wie es geht. Warte, ich nehme das. Ja. Komm. Auch wenn er beißt, sie macht eh gar nicht.
Ist nicht. Gut.
Okay, gut so.
Andere Spur gehabt, gell? Neue Spur, ja.
Second end underway. Sweden, Switzerland. 2-point lead for the Swiss. And you just know Sweden will be pretty ready to pounce and claw back.
Bra linje! Bra linje! Håll lugn, Kalle.
We'll get some corner cover out. And this is where it's the battle of leads, with the setup of the ends. Both these leads are so accurate in their stone placement.
Well, one thing is throwing a centre or corner guard, but it's important to put those in the right spot, close to the rings.
Länge ist gut.
Ich würde trotzdem. Ich würde im Moment noch nicht viel machen, aber es ist gut.
Länge sehr gut. Länge sehr gut.
Linie ist
Wir
auch
müssen-
gut.
wir würden glauben.
Linie.
Ja!
Fest.
Ist nur noch dran.
Linie. Fest. So tief wie es geht.
Barbasat just coming around her own centre guard here, top 12.
13,5 und der andere ist 14,7 gewesen. Ja, der hat
Sweden
jetzt
will
44.
just ignore that for the time being. Probably get shot stone out in around that corner.
Vi har plats! AHS 4. Okej, vi har mycket plats. 8, 4. Massa plats. 8. Japp, gå hela vägen Sara. Gå hela vägen då. Den försöker
Hear that communication. Sweepers calling out the weight for the skip.
Den går mycket, den går
And the
mycket.
skip
Gå, 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 gå. Lite
trying to
lite
read the
lite
line.
Gå, gå, gå.
That's what you're hearing as the rock slides down the ice.
Sport läuft innen raus, schon recht normal.
Always constant communication.
Ein bisschen schneller.
Vind je dat goed? Ja.
Fest. Wow.
Oh.
Zieh. Wow. Melli, Melli.
Melli. That's ready.
Chasing this red rock in behind the corner. Does just chip it out.
That's ready. Steven.
Gut gespielt.
Bra linje. 4. Bra linje. 4, 10. Bara med den. 10. Ja. Bara din. Ja. Bara din. Bak 4. Bak 4. Ja. Oh. Väldigt nära bara. Bak 4.
Czech Republic is playing Estonia on sheet C.
Czech Republic line quite a few counters in there. Marie Turman from Estonia having to draw the forefoot at the first end.
Ja, aber in der Gleichung steht sie noch mal hinter Tiri. Sie geht so oder so noch mal hinter.
No stop. Just slides too far. And it's a steal of 1 for Czech Republic. But a good save or draw.
Czech Republic up by 1 after one end of play. As we just saw, Sweden's drawing around the corner. Found some curl, popped out the other side. Moinschwander chase it on the outside here. Not sure if she wants to stick around with this one, but they do.
It just gives that backing. If Sweden come round this corner and leave a bit showing. Potential jam for Switzerland.
Again, just finding quite a bit of curl here. Seems to curl big when it comes off that line. Slips behind T here. So Switzerland's seen Sweden play 3 draws already down this path. You should have a decent guess what the ice would do. Playing Sweden so many times, they probably know their throws quite well in terms of curl, but also having that chance to time all those draws with a stopwatch. Played a couple of great draws in the first end, Tiranzoni. Should have that draw weight locked in.
Ideally, they would rather just be top tee here, so Sweden can't freeze them, but this is way short.
Well, a little bit of a commentator's curse there, I'm afraid. Not sure if it's just a bad kick or she found some fresh pebble. So a great opportunity for Sweden to come around the corner. I think Sweden said they're lying 1. I was close.
Nice line. Really nice come around there.
Pierre Charette, coach for Team Switzerland. Quite a French sounding name, but of course a Canadian, French-Canadian, representing Quebec. As we see another Canadian on the bench, Wayne Middaugh. It's becoming quite normal to see nowadays, bringing in a lot of expertise from Canada. Of course, they do have some expertise over there.
Indeed they do. And more we see coaches going to work with other nations.
Wayne Middaugh would have been a player that Helsingborg would be watching growing up with the curling. Someone who knows what it takes to win. He's been there before. 3 World Championship gold medals, Wayne Middaugh.
So Savannah Tiranzoni just tried to freeze the edge of the red, bounced off slightly. So it does give Sweden a chance just to play a quiet tap back. Not even remove it from play. They're happy if they just sprung off the other red and tapped the yellow back a bit.
These can be a bit tricky. It seemed to track just a little bit close to the center line and didn't really get the finish until they came off the forefoot. And here he goes. That's pretty good. Sweden just lying the 1.
Yes, that yellow is quite lonely. It'll be time for Switzerland to use their centre cover and come around.
Du kannst auch von außen, wenn du da eingespielt hast. Jetzt lieber für ihn ist gut. Ja, es ist einfach, ich glaube, ich muss recht weit raus da. Ich habe nur gedacht, weißt du, wenn du da gespielt hast, aber wenn, ich finde es auch da gut. Machen wir da muss ich ein bisschen Zeit raus. Ja, ist gut. So. Ich finde es besser von dieser Seite im Fall. Ja.
Also ich habe mehr Eis für den Duat zu den Backen und darum würde ich eher sagen...
Der ist ja recht safe, weißt du? Ja.
Also über die Mitte kommt, so. Gut dranbleiben.
Also die Linie ist vor allem wichtig. Man
Ja.
muss einfach versteckt sein dort.
Sicher ganz 8 Fuß, oder?
Ja, am liebsten 4 Fuß.
Ja. Ja. Wir denken 70er. Was meinst du?
Das finde ich recht gut. Ja.
Ja,
70 bin ich sicher irgendwo dort. Am Anfang müssen wir ein bisschen warten.
Ja.
70?
Ja.
Ja.
Ziellein!
Linie ist gut.
Länge ist gut.
Ziellinie ein bisschen. Oh, Linie warten.
Linie 4!
Dranbleiben, Meli.
Ziellein!
Linie. Oh, Linie ist gut. Ziellinie.
Hinten 4!
Die Linie ist gut. Esther. Sicher Esther.
You need to be careful here that they don't leave a double on their yellows.
I would like to Philly bury this one, and I think they do.
Bravo.
Really nicely played.
Vi testar den eller?
Alltså, jag vet inte om man får komma runt.
Testar i alla fall tycker jag. I löpningen. Och så här gaddar om helt och inte osäker på.
Jag vet inte om du får... Jag tänker att det räcker med den.
Ja, bara att vi öppnar tänker du? Ja. Jag tror det va? Alternativet är att frysa.
Frystäpa. Alltså, även om det skulle sitta
Min
här.
spontana var den.
Ja, min med. Ja.
Man skulle kunna dubbla och vicka så vi kan skjuta den sen.
Tredje del va?
Ja.
Med egen? Ja. Tror du det känns svårt? Det är ändå så här mycket.
Deras bröt ganska mycket här.
Ja, men ändå ganska lugnt
Så att
alltså.
då kanske den som sticker ner så sitter. Ja.
Där kör vi va?
Ja.
Kör jag våga sätta den ganska rakt.
Ja, jag gillar det.
Alltså kan man lera den över så känns det.
Ja, exakt.
Ja.
Osäker om man kan få rörelsen neråt. Alltså den borde gå så mycket bort lite. Ja. Men
Till att få rörelsen
tredje del.
ner till att få bort båda där i alla fall. Hur vill du lira den?
ganska rakt. Det känns inte som att man kan ha den för tunt egentligen.
Ja.
Trying to open the front here, Helsingborg. Just gonna jam it, and Yellow Rock stays top 12. Still fully buried the shot stone. Looking to catch that much thinner.
So, zwei Finger vielleicht. Nein, viel weniger. Betsy, weniger. Ich finde es gerade super. Dann haben wir den fast gestochen, oder? Ja, finde ich gut. Willst du schon mal von der gleichen Seite? Ja. Ein bisschen mehr, da. Wo hast du jetzt gegeben? Vorher da. Ja, gib mir ein bisschen mehr, ja.
Yeah, it is still very well buried, the shot.
Ja, gut.
Switzerland just want to try and block up the way in for Anna Hasselberg.
Die Höhe da.
Cover the draw,
Links von der
the
Center,
intern.
oder? Genau, ja. Gut. Jetzt sind wir ein bisschen weiter außen, aber ich denke, es läuft im Fall relativ
Eher
normal.
schneller als 14. Okay. Recht ähnlich, kannst du einfach nochmal als 90. 90. Ja.
Sie hat nicht den Doppel und nachher den anderen, oder? Nein, ist gut, ist gut.
Also 90. 90.
Ich finde recht gut. Von 8. Von 8? Ja. Okay. Von 12. Vor 12. Ist gut, ist 3. Ja, können ziehen, Linie, ziehen. Kann auch drin sein. 12 Fuß. Ziehen. Vorne bleiben.
Bist ha!
Ist gut, macht gar nichts.
Jag fortsätter lite.
Nein, ist gut, ist gut. Schön. Gut so. Gut
Works out pretty well for Switzerland. Gets a bit of a stagger. Nice cover for that shot zone.
It just curled more than they wanted it. They wanted it slightly wider. to make the draw harder.
Kan ju tappa 2 också.
Looking to come off their own red here.
Alltså Anna, jag tror inte
Risky.
vi kan tappa 2. Alltså så här, du kan inte, eller ja,
But possible.
du kan råka curla för mycket.
Ja, alltså jag kan ju absolut curla och sätta den och då går den där bara över. Alltså,
Det var en 8.
ja, jag är alltså aldrig hårdare än så. Frågan är bara, vi ska ändå ut den här 8-foten så räcker en 8.
Jag tror det.
Tror ni?
Ja, det tror jag.
Den är ganska halvträff ändå. Alltså.
Det är det eller om vi vill dra.
Den är ju en tredjedel den här.
Ja.
Alltså för att sticka.
Alltså spontant dragning känns ganska svår. Ja. Hon hade en betydligt hårdare på sin. Ja. Jag kan gilla henne.
Så tjock du har den då. Tänker jag för att få chans.
Ser den nice ut?
Så jag älskar den här. Ja.
Om vi är beredda att tappa 2 så kan jag, då gillar jag den.
Inte att jag har dragning.
Nej,
Alltså, eller vi ska ju göra den, men att vi vet att risken är
säker
där.
80 liksom och så kommer en typ kalla över ändå.
Gillar
Ser
den?
jag bakut men
Jag tycker också det.
Tror du så? Hennes sarg curlar fan inte mycket.
Trying to come off this red stone next to Helsingborg's broom.
Den gick av. Din som gick upp i fart, den
Roll
gick
the
också
shooter
av.
across, catch the yellow shot stone on the button.
På slutet när de kommit förbi gadden. Men jag tror inte en 8 gör det.
So either jam the red rock just next to McManus's broom on the side red for 2. I don't know if you can ever catch it so thick it just redirects off the red onto the back yellow and potentially for more than 2.
Jag kickar lös också tyckte jag.
Yeah, but she can't see a huge amount of that red stone past the guard. So it's a very difficult shot.
The risk, of course, is you spell your own red here, maybe give up a steal of 2. Big shot here for Helsingborg. Second end, down 2 already. Big sweep to get it past the guard, first of all. There we go. And it does redirect off their own red onto the back yellow, but too thick to get the shot stone, so there will be a steal of 1. Had to catch that thinner. A good attempt. Does not come off for Sweden, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Swiss.
Eller speltid. Vad så?
As you wish.
Lenge is recht goed.
det är ju rätt pass ett under paus.
Lenge is goed. Oké, Lenge weer goed. Hey, sta neer. Ding is goed.
Switzerland leads 3-0 over Sweden. They throw their first stone into the rings. Had a good setup, Sweden, in that second end, but couldn't quite capitalize.
Yeah, great come around from Elena Patz. Just put the pressure on to Sweden. And then had to clear up the front.
They just have to persevere. 8 more ends of curling. Full curling game, you might say. Playing on the tour. Normally you just play the 8 ends, and just at the bigger championships you play 10.
Vänta Ester.
Sehr schön. Gut, gut so.
Kör Nelly.
Two nice draws by Barbasat.
Jan.
Yep, the typical lead setup.
Easy to become frustrated early, giving up two ends. Impatient, wanting to just get back in, score a big end, or
but not the Swedish team. They know they've still got 8 ends of curling to play. They just need to get a 2 back here. And they're back on the scoreboard.
Ja, finde ich gut.
Zwei.
Warte,
Warte kurz.
nicht bremsen.
Warte, wenn es geht.
Okay,
Zwei. Nelly, kannst du nicht. Zwei. Nelly.
Alina, du musst jetzt
Nelly,
hier.
gang weg.
Du musst hier. Fest. Fest.
Need to try and pull this onto the centre line.
Noch ein. Okay.
taking a look at the second and last stroke for Helsingborg. Just trying to come off her own, spring across, catch the shot, still just caught it too thick, and it goes over the top. Could have been a 2, could have been a tied game, but Switzerland up by 3.
Switzerland's guard here just hung out wide side. Allowed Agnes Knockenhauer to try and get the hit and roll behind the corner cover now.
Okej, bra. 9-7. Det är bra, Jan. Vi går.
Ja.
Ja. 2-3. Gleich da, ne? Ja.
Switzerland could make a play in the red, but they're happy just to put up the guard and make Sweden clear the front.
Okay, so making the simple shots yourself, leaving the hard ones for your opponent.
Nur wenn ich muss, hä?
Ja, musst.
Das gleiche Höhe.
Musst.
Gleiche Höhe. Eins. Es ist nur eins. Es ist eins.
This one over curling.
Drüber sind wir. Wir sind so da.
The last one didn't curl enough.
Okay.
Does leave that red open for Sweden now.
Just next door, we have Russia playing Germany. It's a 2-point lead for the Russians as we now play the second end.
And Russia are lying 3, potential measure for 4. So Daniela Jens having to draw, try and cut down some red counters. Her way in is open. There's no guards out front. Needs to be in the 8-foot. And no problem. Right into 4-foot. Germany score their 1.
Ja, finde ich gut, dass sie wegen dem Rand weg. Ja. Ist gut. Mitte 12. Oder noch ein bisschen mehr sogar.
Ich habe noch ein bisschen soft gespielt, ich finde es
Zwei.
bei mir schon gut.
Wo genau, Platzi? 2.
Sweden are building up some counters round the head here. They're lying second and third.
Ja.
Länge ist schön da. Ja. Ich habe auf 90 gezielt für 80 Minuten.
Switzerland just need to be slightly careful here.
Ja, wir sind hier. Wir sind 2-3. Ja. Wow. 3. Hey, Carla, die 2-3. 2 ist gut.
Ja. Stopp.
Wir sind jetzt so gleiche Höhe
Nicht mehr.
wie da.
Nur noch eins.
Ziemlich genau gleich.
Gut. Schön. Gut. 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 Nur weggefahren. Kurz hoch.
kunna skjuta den ena, den hon har nu,
Och på
den
trippel
nedre.
så blir det mer än andra.
Vilken trippel?
Sätta den i mitten, exakt. Och sätta den dubbeln så borde vi kunna riva med. Jag hoppas på att hon inte...
Det är lite klurigt för den här, jag vet inte om vi vill ha ner den.
Tror du?
Jag gillar det ändå!
Vill jag öppna den någonstans?
Ja. I så fall spelar vi på den där.
Ja.
Ja!
Behöver jag spela upp den?
Ja, jag tror vi behöver det. Jag tror vi... Ja, gillar du
Vi
att den?
spelar den andra.
Ja.
Yep, they know they need to open it, it's just how. Looking at the angles of the guards.
Whoa! Whoa! Nära! Nära! Jump! Jump!
Gå Agnes, gå Agnes! Gå Agnes!
Sitta.
Really good shot. And the red one sticks around even. Great bonus.
Yeah, a really good shot. Removes 3 guards
Ja, fyndig work.
and does keep counter in play.
Yeah, that was the only worry, that he would run the yellow onto that red, but
Gå Agnes!
that could be a valuable rock in the end. Could be the extra point.
So important now for Switzerland to keep the shooter in play. See the deep concentration on Anna Hasselberg's face there, working out what's going to be happening in a couple of stones' time.
Nyn! Var det snyn?
Sorry Anna.
Ja,
Does enough to lie to.
spela därifrån.
Ja, absolut. Jag tror du behöver typ en 9,5.
Kan lika framför oss också.
Var lite med här.
Could make the double here. Playing on controlled weight to make sure they keep the shooter in play.
Hårt,
Also bring the sweepers
hårt!
into it. Pass just a bit high. Trying to hold the line here. Just passed it.
Yeah, unlucky not to get
Har
the double or get the roll. Ideally, Switzerland here would want to move over to the left, away from the cover.
Nyn! Inne kort! Nyn! Ja! Wow! Wow! Ja! Ja! Först! Ja! Först! Och först! Okej. Workspel.
And rolls out. So advantage turns to Sweden.
Gillar vi den eller att dra?
Jag gillar chappen.
Jag hittar chappen också.
Det känns som en bra inifrån.
Inifrån ja. Den här kvalan
Den
går
känns
som fan.
lättare. Alltså jag kan tänka mig...
9,5 så. Alltså jag tror att det här är ett helt annat spår Sara än det här. Jag tror inte att det här... Alltså för hennes kvala det är det mycket nu alltså.
Jag mycket mer här.
Ja, jag tror att jag inte kan spela mot 10.
Spela 9,5 då.
Ja.
Mot 9,3 eller?
Ja, jag tror typ det.
Ja.
Hade ni något på hennes?
Alltså jag hade 9.
9,5.
Jag hade 9, för jag hade lite
But we
hårdare.
may have seen Sweden come around the corner guards here, try and force an error from Switzerland,
Sara,
and
hennes var 9.
potentially could have a shot for 3.
Alltså,
Gillar du den då eller?
Ja, jag tror det.
Ja.
Nej men att vi och Sara sa att det var ett bra spår, men jag tror inte att det är ett bra spår. Jag tror att det är ganska dåligt spår. Ja. Nej, men Sara, jag tror att Sara spelar är ju bra spår. Ja, men inte här. Det är skillnad. Ja.
Could also be the case that play for the simple two get on the scoreboard.
Lots of talk about the curl and weights to play here. That's a result of good communication. Perfect nose hit.
Även min takt när jag slidear, det känns lite proffsigt.
Får se hur den här går då, om man spelar utifrån.
Makes the nose hit back, Alina Pets, so pretty much the same shot again for Helsingborg to score the two.
Yep, all created from that great clearing shot. Sarah McManus has made her skip's job a bit easier at this end.
Last stone, third end. Same shot again. Same procedure, same weight, and the same result. Sweden scores two. And after two ends of play here in Helsingborg, Switzerland still in the lead, now 3-2.
Jag tycker nog inte det. Samma tror jag.
Gav den ganska mycket utåt tjejer, ni kan vänta nu. Bara om ni måste.
Kolla om vi kan.
Kolla upp, kolla upp, kolla upp! Den är bra, den är bra, den är bra. Bra gå. Okej. Behöver inte vara jätte... Det räcker.
Sitter det på din sol.
Bra. Bra, Anna.
Bra snack.
Sweden putting up the center guard. We're in the fourth end of this game between two of the greats in this competition. Replay of the final last year. Chance for the Swedes to win at home. At least on home soil.
Är det höger?
Probably quite a nice thing for both teams to stay in the same time zone as back home for once.
Yeah, they're so used to travelling around the world in different time zones. It would be nice just to be, as you say, in Swedish time zone.
Even for Switzerland, same time zone and quite a short flight.
Ja. Som de sitter på med sport, ja.
Of course, it generally is for the European Championships, but these teams do travel all over the world. China, Canada. Sometimes in the same week.
Trying to take this around. High numbers for the second player so far this week. So I know these are the stones that could harm them later in the end. Just going to open things up. Did remove 2 reds. Has left an off-centre guard. Sweden can come around.
Coming a bit wider here. A bit more frost out in the wing. So needing to add some weight. A slight bit of a guess. And a very good guess from Knockenhauer. Right on the tee line, in behind cover. That's that experience that comes in. Even when you haven't played the path, you just have a really good guess of what it could and can do. So you've played so many games before on all kinds of ice. You have that experience.
And that's where the Swedish team are so good at that communication, working things out, helping each other to make the best of every single shot.
Some great curling this morning. Runs that back.
Yeah, unlucky to lift their own back one out. But main objective, get that one off the button.
Honestly, good job not to just jam it, really. Catching it any thinner. And the red rock sticks around. Still a guard in play for Sweden. See, big finish at the end here. Almost fully buried.
Und sonst, wenn du durchkommst, nimmst du den Backline. Ja, wie viel siehst du?
Yeah, just asking much again. See, play a tap back, and even if they catch the top yellow and split it into the house, would still be a good option.
Backline?
In dieser Linie läuft es relativ gut, finde ich. Ja. Ich finde den Tyler genauso gut. Ja, ich auch. Die Line ist ein 70er.
Taking a look over, Czech Republic playing Estonia. They are all tied after 3 ends.
Estonia lying one, back of the 4 foot. Anna Kubitskova just going for the dead draw. She has got backing. Sweeper standing right back on this. It's got a long way to drop. And wide and heavy. And it's a steal of 1 for Estonia.
2-1 they lead. Coming up from B group last year, Estonia along with Norway. Determined to stay put. Really nice shot from Switzerland.
Vi är långt ifrån garden nu!
Ja, den är helljud, men de vickar in. Så vi kan alltid frysa. Alltså frysa, absolut.
Bästa gör den.
Från den andra handen, så 1-2. Kör den.
Vi kommer inte få riktigt samma liksom. Hon har ju
See
väldigt
from
lite
that
rotation,
angle,
så vi kommer inte få samma
Anna
väg.
Hasselberg can't see very much of it.
Ja.
Bara frys tappen!
Ja! De vickar in lite så precis. Sara sa 13-3.
Ja. Så typ som tidrörningen då? Är det ju för mig en 80?
Jag gillar en 80 och 85. Ja. Gått 2 till det. Ja, precis. Det är nog bra. Absolut, tidrörningen är bra.
Ja. Behöver ju komma upp i chatt i alla fall.
Ja. Snacka mycket längre då.
Bara fart!
Stopp 4!
Bara fart! Bra linje!
Bra
plats!
8-4!
Bra linje!
Gå för ner!
Fin linje, plats! Bra linje! På!
Grym linje nu, tjejer!
Fia, häng!
Häng!
Gå!
Grym linje!
Järnet!
Real good sweep by the front end. Carry that as far as possible.
Lite långt ändå.
Looking for the freeze. Or freeze tap. Comes up a bit shy. That will get your heart running.
habe das Gefühl, der würde dann vorkommen. Aber das wäre ideal.
Könnte auch ein bisschen mehr gehen noch.
Meinst du? Also ja, so dass die Länge noch weisst. Das ist fast wichtiger. Ist ja gleich, wenn er da im Loch ist, theoretisch.
So with the stagger on these guards, Switzerland going to have to go right around the high one.
Das macht nichts. Ist egal. Wenn er hinten abgeht, macht es nichts. Ja, gut. Ich glaube, es ist wichtiger, dass wir die Länge noch einigermaßen kennen, als dass wir hinter der Stelle
Ja, das ist gut. Hier ist es ein bisschen härter da aus.
Ein 60 für hinten noch.
Ja, das finde ich gut. Ist gut. Ein bisschen mitgeben.
Linie gut. Wo sind wir?
Hinter 4.
Wo sind 4 sein?
Hinten 8.
Wo sind 4 sein?
Hinten 8.
Mindestens sind 4. Mindestens da. Das ist gut. Ist gut. Sieht gut aus.
Ist noch nicht gut.
Go, 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 go. Gut.
And around on the end turn here. July 2, nice draw by Alina Pets.
Yeah, really nice. Even if Sweden freeze that, they wouldn't be shot if they were right up to the yellow.
Ja, men vi ger henne ett slag på 2. Alltså vi... Ja, men det finns inget vi kan göra.
Tycker du?
Chappen över det.
Vill du trycka ut den? Ja, andliga skottet. Ja, jag vet. Vi får hon kommer att ta honom. Ja,
With Switzerland coming round the long guard, it has poked out the other side.
om man får 6, den var färdig.
Sweden can make a play on that.
Gick bra här i och för sig.
I don't think Switzerland will mind too much. They'll get the same draw again to score their 2.
Det var ju inte längre ut, men den väl borta bra.
Ja, neråt hit men det är omgång 3.
Nej, den här omgången. Jag gjorde inte här.
Vad sa du?
Jag gjorde inte här.
Ja, precis. Ja, men det var ju det spåret. Jag tror att det är helt olika. Nej, jag gillar det!
Jo, men det var ju bara här. Det var inte jättemycket längre ut.
Jag
It's a
tror att
great
det blir
shot
ganska
from
olika ändå. För
Savannah
så
Terenzoni
det här är
to get
snarare
that.
som den Sara lirade i omgång 2, den som hängde kvar.
We
Ja, så jag menar
roll
fartmässigt är det
inside
som ett bra spår. Ja.
to set up this 2 potentially.
Sätter vi dit med.
Sweden played a good end. Switzerland had to do a lot of clearing.
Second hand! Sorry!
Sten!
Sorry!
Japp!
Sorry!
Go! Sten! Sten!
Nej!
Sten!
Sorry!
Sten! Sten!
Japp!
Sten!
Japp, japp, japp! Härligt. Ja.
Jumping on over to Denmark-Scotland tied game.
And a potential here for Scotland to score a big end. Just need to tap back the Danish counter. Eve Muirhead playing a hack weight tap back.
You're good! Hard! Hard! You're good! Hard! Okay.
He does tap it, but it's only a score of 1 for Scotland.
Nichts wie Anger. Linie gut.
So they now lead 2-1
Nur Länge.
over
Linie
Denmark.
gut. Linie ist gut. Länge müssen voll gehen. Können voll gehen, wenn ihr wollt.
Last rock of the 4th end here for Alina Pets. We'll play the same draw. Will come down onto the forfeit. That's a score of 2 for Switzerland. And they regain their 3-point lead through 4 ends. And it is a 5-2 game in favor of the Swiss.
Zweimal rein.
Ja.
Zweimal rein und dann geht.
Ja,
Spielt er jetzt die Steine? Zweimal rein
Ich
und
würde
dann
sagen,
geht.
sie spielt 6 anstatt 5. Nicht? Das 5 haben wir sie gezeigt.
Ja.
2, 6.
Team Switzerland will get us going. And the 5th end of play. Not sure if that center guard was called for. 3-point lead for the Swiss. Seemed like it came up a bit shy.
Yeah, Switzerland have got control of the scoreboard. They're not needing to put up any cover right now.
Right on the mountain 10. Used to be a skip in her own right. But it's up. So she'll have some good input. Also a physio would be very helpful to have in your team.
A very handy player.
Patch you up when needed. You see Latvia playing Norway. Latvians with a 1-point lead
and lying very well here. Line 4. Kristen Skazlian. You have to be fully in the 8-foot. It's a mixed doubles player. She's used to playing against plenty counters. Doesn't need to navigate past any guards, but gaps there into the 8-foot. We roll off, no problem. Big saver there. Norway take one, tie the game 2-all after 4.
Jeg tok så mye mindre is. Ja. Men den gikk jo. Den har mer fart i bare. Da hang den bare.
Odnes very early for line.
not allowed to take the guard out of play here, so needs to pass it. They just do.
But is it going to overcurl past?
It does.
Wow.
Just a nudge. Just a bit soft there for weight. A couple of half shots from Switzerland on the send. Inviting Sweden in.
In hindsight, they could have potentially upped on that and opened up the guard. Yeah, they couldn't remove it from play, but they could just have nicked it to the side and got the shooter to roll over because it wasn't a big weight.
Tough to make that call sometimes. Nose hit. She didn't lie too. Well held there by the sweepers. Really nice roll in behind.
Laga ölet på det här. Ja. Bort! Japp!
Sweden in a good position here. 2 guards and 1 behind each of them. Trying to pass this top guard.
Just
Glances it.
takes that center and doesn't get the bonus for catching the side red.
It's one of those either or shots. Try and think if you keep sweeping you can hold it, but actually hindsight should have upped and caught the guard more.
Så där är vi bara så här en halvsten nedanför det så det är en väldigt naturlig TT. Känns som att vi måste hit. Ja.
What an opportunity now for Sweden.
Den är inte way off heller.
Den är att de blir skott på den rullen. Man kan inte julgrana den på centern. Alltså bara, ja det är sant. Alltså vi staggar ju men. Ja jag gillar den. Jag gillar den.
Då staggar vi den, då kan ju de runda sen. Det är bättre runda där.
Kom ner då.
Jag tror att de kommer skjuta då.
Gonna have a
Ska ta den.
Nej, nej.
team chat.
We didn't take the time out.
Alternativen är
No, we didn't take the time out.
Thought about a timeout but decided just have a team chat.
Jag bara tänker att om vi lägger den här, alltså de kommer inte runda, de leder med 3.
De kommer skjuta.
Ja, de kommer skjuta.
Eller om det de ser. Om
Jag
de
tror
ser
vi lägger, jag gillar det. Ja.
Så lägger den.
Ja. We didn't take the time out. I just asked them if...
fartmässigt då? Helt okej.
Jag tror ändå det. Jag tror det kommer sitta lite där ute.
Det är lite frostigt där ute. Kanske 2 meter till än vad vi har haft då. Gillar ni det?
Ja, det gillar jag. Topp 12.
Bra linje! Det är massa plats just nu. Var är vi? Ni lägger på fart, ni måste gå. Bra linje!
Måste gå på 12.
Måste gå! Vi har den! Japp! Nära! Bra linje! Ni har den! Bra linje! Gå! Japp, fortsätt lite till bara. Fortsätt lite till. Räcker det? Bra. Okej så. Okej.
Känns lite nytt va?
Ja, verkligen.
Sorry. Kickar ganska bra. Ja, jag håller med. Det är bra Sara.
So a good guard protecting
Nej, alltså.
center line.
Yeah, I think they wanted that in the rings.
Ja.
Does allow Switzerland to come around everything here.
Yeah, it's never nice putting up a center line guard when you've got last stone.
Well, they were discussing just drawing to the open wing on the left-hand side. They're worried that Switzerland would be able to make the hit and roll off the centre line stone, roll for second shot in front of the red in the back, but I'm not sure if that's such a big worry. And
No.
then you open up the centre, really.
Okej.
Yeah, Sweden definitely want that centre open. The only benefit here if Switzerland do come right round, it is red stones for Sweden to raise.
Remember back in the second end, the Swiss steal did come from a great come round by Helena Petz. This time from Tirinzoni, puts it right there, fully buried.
Vilken fart! Raka va? Ja, men vilken fart! 8 kanske, gillar du det? Borde
Yeah,
kvala
that
här, Sara! Ja.
last stone that Sweden had the discussion, that will probably be a talking point in their debrief after the game, where best to put that stone.
Also taking a look at Russia, Germany. Last stone for Daniela Jentsch, trailing by 3.
Yeah, she has an opportunity to score 2 here. Line. One at the right-hand side, the 8 foot. Sweeper's trying to hold this. Pulling. Oh, a wee nick off the other red and managed to keep the shooter. So a score of 2 for Germany.
Russia still in the lead, 4-3. Also saw Sarah McManus just missed that run back. Still Switzerland with shot stone. Top button. Chance to throw a guard here.
I just need to be careful where they place this guard because that red run back onto the yellow is quite close for Sweden. So Switzerland don't want this too close to that red. Yeah, good guard. Plenty separation between the yellow and the red.
Om man matchar får vi en skjutsten, tänker jag. Tror det? Fjärdedel? Absolut. Ja, precis. Jag tror att det är fjärdedel. Vi behöver ändå styrning på den.
Vilken hand blir det? Spelar du upp?
Känns som att jag tror inte vi behöver det.
Jag skulle kunna träna där också.
Ja, jag tror också det. Gillar du det?
Alltså träffen är ju här.
Ja, exakt. Mycket mindre ut där än vad det gör när man kollar ditåt. Ja. Jag ser det ut som ett hål som man skulle kunna pricka. Nästan.
Så. Borde få medrullen.
Ja. Jag träffar riktigt tunt, va?
Ja, alltså fjärdedel räcker nog.
Okej.
Annars tror jag vi...
Ja. Missar den. Hur vill du lira den?
Bra. Vill jag lira den?
Ja. 7 eller?
Ja.
Ja.
Trying to get the double and spell through. Really close. Had a bit of action there. Had to curl a hair more.
Yeah, so close to being perfect.
Just hoping to just squirt through a bit more. If anything leaves a red guard to run in.
Yeah, Switzerland know that that red raise is there.
As Switzerland discuss that shot, we'll take a look at Czech Republic playing Estonia. Anna Kubeshkova with last rock.
Estonia line 1. Looking to draw. And that hung wide. Well, maybe it's close. It's actually red that's lying. So that was a draw for 2. So a 2-2 game after 5.
Second shot is the best guard. Some say. So instead of throwing a guard here and having Sweden have a crack at the run back, they're going to put another counter in there.
A second counter can be as good as a guard as long as you don't leave the double. A guard half round that red would make the raise impossible.
Recht gut, hinten 8. Linie, zieh ein bisschen. Wenn ist alles dort, er ist lang, Tiri. Okay, wenn er lang ist, müsst ihr nicht, aber sonst...
Ich finde den Fahrer echt gut.
Wow. Ist gut, hinten 8.
Got a running on it.
Hinten 8. Okay. Hinten 12 fast.
Will it sit in time?
Gut so. Gut, gut so. Okay. Gut.
Enough for third shot.
Gut gespielt. Gut gesehen.
Bra hit för att släppa ett eller skjuten!
Ja, 52 gehabt.
But if they had come half round that top guard,
Det är väldigt likt samma ställe.
there was no raise for Sweden.
Vi vill ju träffa lite här om sexan då. Bunset där.
Ja, exakt.
And it would have been very difficult to draw the button and outcount the shot.
Chapp. Ganska nära chappen på den här.
I don't think that draw is there.
Chapp skulle jag säga.
Yeah.
Just asking the front end, you want to draw to give up one,
Samma sätt som...
or play the run?
Samma sätt som förra, va?
Ja, våra ilädren.
You might as well play the run here because you're playing against one anyway, so I'm not sure why she mentioned that draw. Obviously, Switzerland just lying the single point, worth a crack here. Of course, you could run, pick your own red here, give up steal two, and it's effectively a game over, but we might feel giving up steal at this point and being 4 down is almost as good as game over still. Make this perfect. Could score 3.
Yep, risk versus reward at this stage in the game.
Couldn't pull off the big shot in the second end. That was a steal for Switzerland. What do they have here? Team Sweden. Run the guard back. Onto the red, yellow. Jamming on the side. I'm not sure that's good enough. We'll have a second look. Is it a steal of 1? It is 1 for Switzerland, so it will be a 4-point lead for Tirinzoni and Alina Petz. Coming into halftime, the teams will have a 5-minute break as we take a look at that last shot from Helsingborg. Just had to curl a smidge more. And it could have been a very different story. 6-2, Switzerland leads it after 5 ends. First end. Helsingborg trying to hit and roll in behind cover, but leaves the shooter exposed for Alina Petz to make an open hit and score the 2 points. Great start for Switzerland. A steal in the second. They're 3 up. Sweden looking to claw back. A nose hit from Helsingborg required and executed. Within reach, Sweden, after 3 ends of play. In the 4th end, Switzerland with a chance to score a 2. Right back, Alina Petz. Cool customer with Barbasata and Neuenschwander on the sweep, just guiding this stone onto the forfeit. Will regain a big lead. And with a steal in the 5th, they lead at 6-2 on Sweden. As we see Russia with a 1-point lead on Germany. It's all tied up between Czech Republic and Estonia. Latvia up 3-2 on Norway. and Denmark-Scotland all tied at 2.
Yeah, if it's a bad guard, yeah, you got to go same side. But if it's a good guard, split them up, opposite side. Just make sure you get your 2 back, right? Get your 2 back, double centers.
Yeah, and make sure to like continue and get to know the ice.
Wait almost a second fast. Get the same.
Okay, you take it back. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Always throw it first, okay?
So we're splitting the scoreboard. Like, I mean, if we hesitate between gambling and maybe giving 2, and we can't give them 11 and back in the game with a 3, that's all. And they're going to take chance, right? So that's how you. That's when you steal another one. Keep it up. Keep it up.
A quick look at the stats. We see Sweden and Switzerland fairly close for percentages, but Switzerland making a couple more key shots here at the back end. Alina Pets and Tiranzoni making some really good ones, putting a lot of pressure on Sweden and definitely capitalizing on their chances. So 6-2 after 5 ends of play, but we do have 5 more. I don't think Sweden's going to give up quite yet here in Helsingborg. A swift kick out the hack from Melanie Barbasat. Maybe just a bit too swift. As that rock will slip to the back of the house. It is Sweden playing Switzerland here at the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. And Helsingborg, Sweden, the home favourites of Team Helsingborg. So far struggling a bit this morning, down by 4 halfway through this game. I'm Sander Olvag, joined by Rona Howie. Switzerland looking pretty strong through the first 5, I must say. Even when in trouble, they're able to play some good shots and get out of it.
Yeah, they're playing their key shots really well today. Putting that extra pressure onto Sweden. But Sweden will still be annoyed about that 5th end. They had a really good end set up, and to lose a 1 against the head probably knocked them back a bit. So they need to just bin it, forget it, and move on and get their 2 back here.
A couple of times Sweden's had a good setup with last rock. Second end as well, and that also turned out to be a steal. So definitely able to create chances here, Sweden.
Just need to finish it off.
Double corner guards.
Yep, chosen the other side. We've not seen many guards down the barrier side. It's like the bigger pull to that side than the other. Mr. Nernslander not good numbers for today's game.
Ist nur 1, 2. Elli, nehmen! Ja, 2. Fest! Fest! Fest!
Dropped a bit from her opening day yesterday.
Noch weiter, 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 weiter.
Certainly making up for a few mistakes with excellent sweeping, though.
Absolutely. Not everybody's going to play well every single game. It's what else you give to the team. Communication and team dynamic. And there's Agnes Hockenhauer. Numbers today are very good.
It's all a team effort, though, even the individual numbers. You're not going to be able to make all your shots without the help from your teammates. So if your teammate plays 100%, if you're on that team, you are part of that.
Indeed, and that's where the team dynamic in a small team of 4 is so important. So, a couple of ends that Esther's guard hasn't come to the centre line. It's hung on the wide side, allowing Sweden a chance to get in. Trying to hold the line here. Well swept.
What a knap.
Melanie Barbazat working really hard.
Tall and strong, but after sweeping like that, she might need to do some physio work on herself.
Yeah, she'll need to upskill her teammates to be able to do physio for her.
I'm sure she knows how to stay fit. That'd be the other upside.
Yeah, she'll be helping our team with injury prevention measures and making sure that they're all doing the right exercises.
Ich denke, es wird normal Görler regelmäßig da. Das ist für Nase. Ich glaube, ich finde es gut, Iris. Ist normal.
Ja, ist gut.
Kann er auch ein bisschen mehr geben?
Oder? Nose-Hit.
Ich glaube, recht gut.
Sieht gut aus für mich. Für normal, gell?
Ja.
So important here for Switzerland to keep this second counter. Really nice shot. Blocks the draw around that guard. And this is where Sweden just not getting the chance to get round their corners and get to use them. They're chasing the game. And that's just really good play from Switzerland. And a couple of half shots from Sweden.
Running out of rocks here in this end, Sweden thinking can't keep just playing that cat and mouse game. Gonna have to do something different. So playing a draw here. Trying to find a spot where this red stone might be left alone. Trying to freeze the back yellow here. Doesn't quite get there. So that makes it a bit more tricky for Switzerland to deal with.
So Switzerland won't be too bothered about losing that back stone. That was just a benefit to Sweden to be using, so clearing the back's not a bad option. So good hidden flop for Sarah on top. Makes it very difficult for Switzerland to remove.
Nu niet. Goed. Ja, zo. Weer zo. Zo, ja. Ja. Ja, goed. Nu niet. Ja. Nu niet. Huh? Bij de Roes ook is net zo slim, maar het is daar eigenlijk nu weer liggen blijven. Ja, dat is goed.
So Sweden just hoping for that one error from Switzerland. Give them that opening.
Achterhalf nu. Daar blijven. Zie je? Wow, 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 wow. Zie je? Wow, wow, wow. Zie je? Wow. Achterhalf.
So they wanted to hit and sit. Erred on the right side. Didn't want to be tight and jam it.
Vad hade ni på min? Vad var det på min?
Vad är det?
11-7 hade du det.
Ja.
11-7!
Jaha, det så hon tyckte hon gjorde så här så jag fattar inte vad hon gjorde.
Numbers down a bit today for Anna Hasselberg. High degree of difficulty in a lot of her shots today. And I get the roll here. Catches it on the nose. Sort of. Sweden could be facing two and be forced to take their one.
Might be all aboard the stealing train from there. Like Wayne Middaugh talked about in halftime. Try and get your two and double centre guards.
Yeah, and sometimes you see that when teams really try end after end to generate something and they can't get anything going, then when they do give up the hammer, they actually are better at stealing on the day.
Might see that happen. Helena Petz keeps up her stats. Had a good game this morning. Looking quite lethal.
And this team, it's had another year, whole year last year together with this new combination. Getting to know each other better. Nicely done.
So, score of 1 for Sweden. Not the kind of score they were looking for, but on the board. Switzerland still in front, now 6-3 after 6 ends.
Tight.
Bra linje!
Bra linje!
Vad vill ni?
Nära.
Ja.
Känns bra.
Inte för nära då.
Tycker det blir för enkelt.
Sweden with a mistake early in the 7th end, down 4 against Switzerland. Really needed a guard, as we mentioned in the 6th end. They'd be looking to steal. And Switzerland is quite happy to steal everything out of there. That was a mistake by Sofia Malbags.
Yeah, not like her. She's usually pretty solid. Uncharacteristic mistake.
So we'll just have one guard in the free guard zone to work with.
But one's enough. That's all you need to get behind cover.
Schön vorne 4. 70? Ja, 70 finde ich gut. Sieht gut aus. Länge ist recht gut. Länge war recht gut. Vorne 4, vorne 8. Er ist schnell.
Melanie Barbazat
Nein, kommt
just looking for the 4-foot drop.
Länge ist recht vorne 4 nur. Nein, ganz 4. Nicht tief. Ganz 4.
Coming around here, Switzerland, as we take a look over Latvia playing Norway. It's the Norwegians with last rock here in end 6.
Latvia line 2. Kristen Skaslin again having to draw that 4-foot. Need to pass the guard. Has got backing. And no problem.
So that ties it up. 3 each. Quite a consistent scoreboard over there. 6 forced ends in a row. As we now look at a heap of mess in around the forfeit. Denmark playing Scotland on sheet E.
Yep, and Denmark lying 1. They played a great tap. Eve Muirhead trying to move some granite to get that one off the button. And just catches the centre guard. So it's a steal of 1 for Denmark.
Denmark leading 3-2. Only singles in that game as well. A couple of steals on the board, including that one. But Denmark really putting up a fight against Scotland this morning.
Mellan. Ja, lite tight. Ja, bra linje.
Lite mitt på linan.
Mitt på linan.
Håll den lite, Sara.
And this is quite a high guard.
Don't think we'll see Switzerland mess around too much.
No, they're just going to keep things open. They're 3 up with the hammer.
I'll keep yelling this. Sweden will probably put up a guard a couple of times more. At some point they'll have to make a move. Either play the hit and lie to, or come down and or freeze, draw around. Just wanting to delay that move as long as possible. Give Switzerland as little time as possible to tidy up.
So no problem there. Peeling the guard.
Taking a look at Russia, Germany. Russia up by 1.
Germany are line 2 here. So Marina Kovaleva having to draw fully into the 8 foot. Last one at the 7th end. They'd like to extend their lead here. Fairly open way in. And no problem at all. So, Russia score 1. Extend their lead to 5-3 after 7.
Good enough from Terenzoni.
So now will we see Anna Hasselberg make a play?
Ja, exakt. Den gillar jag också. Jag tror vi spelar samma hand, även om det känns onaturligt.
So ideally here, Anna just wants to tap it back, but leave the angle so that when Switzerland try and remove the red, it'll jam.
Sofia gled ju på, men jag tyckte inte Sara gjorde det så mycket.
Lite mindre!
It's a really tough shot to make. If you're an inch off perfect here, you might leave a pretty easy double for Switzerland to kill the end.
Lite mindre va?
Yeah, even with the first one, even if it taps up to freeze it, and she can make a play even with the second one.
Wow! Bara fart! Wow! Bara fart!
This is really pulling. Sweepers having to hold the line.
This one over curling. It's the tiniest of nudges. Taking a look over, it's Czech Republic with last rock here, trailing by 2.
Anna Kubitskova's got a chance here to get a 2 back. Estonia lying 1, partly guarded. Does make contact but rolls out. So it's just a 1. for Czech Republic. Estonia still lead that game, 4-3 after 7.
Jak to bylo hezky hozený, jenom prostě tam moc sledu.
Nur ganz leicht reinwickeln, nicht bis aufs Stoli, eigentlich nur ganz so 4 Fuß.
Okay. Wie lang?
9,5. Ja, finde ich gut. Gleich viel länger wie vorher. Ja. Ja, genau. Ja.
So Elena Potts just making a play on the open one.
Okay.
Gut so,
Okay,
schön.
ist recht gut dort.
Ja, gut so.
Super. Afterall. 9-1. Ja, det är det. Jag måste göra på egen. Det är recht gut dort.
Stenhård tjack.
Mega gut. Det sitter vi alla dagar i veckan.
So pretty good result for Switzerland.
Har vi något alternativ?
Vad händer om vi drar här? Stöka på den? Jag bara tänker.
Det eller bara alltså lite där.
Switzerland Y2
Ja, jag tror det också. Det får inte vara
trying to
någon
work out
rörelse
how they
så
can
här.
use their own red.
Absolut.
Ja, jag tycker också det.
Då tycker jag vi ska försöka nu.
Ja.
Hoppas på att de missar.
Ja.
Bara dra locket.
Ja. Leikala.
Tror du det?
Anna Hasselberg has to play the perfect button draw here
Jag gillar samma.
behind cover.
Ja, lite.
When you see it from this angle, it's not an easy shot.
80, 87. Alltså jag gillar... Ja. Alltså 75. Jag tänkte behöva övergöra den. Men jag spelade ändå ganska... Vi spelade igenom min 80 här. Så den kändes ju nice.
Tycker Sara Skard hyfsat långt.
Jag tycker samma om du bara lirar igenom lite.
So it's a must-make shot
Ganska långt ut just nu. Massa plats.
as we see the timer from hog to hog.
Bra linje. Så plats. Plats 4 just nu. I plats. Alltid Agnes. Agnes! Det går nu.
15.4.
Perfekt linje.
Den är löst. Gå bara.
Just not enough.
Bästa lirarna.
And Switzerland left with a
Har jag med.
70.
4-foot draw for 3.
70, aktiv 75. Alltså det är så fräckt.
Das ist die gleiche Linie, die ich da schon mal gespielt habe vorhin.
Ist ein bisschen weiter raus als meine, oder?
Ja, that might just be
Also
game
der, wo ich
over.
da mit 50 Kindern, 12 fast
Muss er ganz 4 Fuß sein?
Bis zu 4 Fuß.
Ich denke zwischen 65 und 75 sind wir dort. Okay.
Teil so 70 in dem Fall. 70.
Ja. Sehr gut. Hinein! Linie ist gut! Hinein ist gut! Ja. Linie ist gut! Läuft noch mega grob! Du musst schnell weggehen! Wow! Wo sind wir? Müssen wir nicht.
Ich finde den falsch
Hinten 4.
Nein. Braucht.
This one coming down a little bit. Sweeper's trying to hold it.
Sehr schön, Alice.
And they will bring it into the forfeit. That is 3 points for Switzerland. They pick up a big win here on Sweden this morning. Second win for the Swiss, and a big one. And you never know, we might see these teams play again this week. Final score 9-3 for Switzerland. Not as close as we were hoping for, but we saw a very good Swiss team. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep that up throughout the week, and if Sweden can bounce back from this as they play again this evening.
Grazie.
we'll move over to the sheet next door. Russia versus Germany. Russia leading 5-3 in the 8th end.
14-3.
Russia have 3 counters round the 12 foot. Got a great draw in there for Germany behind the guard. Trying to set up a couple at this end with the hammer. Lovely tap back. Yeah, Komarova will be happy with that. The lie shot guarded. Amira Abi's third player for Germany.
Sind viel schneller, oder? Als eben. Achtung. Yep. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard.
Oh, followed by a lovely shot. Set up the angle. Lie shot. Looking to see who's lying second. Russia won their first game yesterday. Germany lost theirs. So Germany really want a win here today. Makes it very difficult for Russia to remove that yellow.
Просто тут можно не особо удачно.
Да, вот так.
Но доставать его с этой стороны мне вообще не нравится. Мы вот так вот сделаем и все. Мне нравится вот так вот, наверное.
Без.
Средний? Или послабее, просто чтобы тупо вытолкнуть? На 10. Так попадать. Чуть потолще даже, чтобы он сюда выкатился. Пусть она его достает.
Нас -2.
So can't see enough of that yellow past the guard. So looking to angle this red across off the back one.
Вот так вот его выбивать и оставлять, а? Да, даже чуть-чуть не до стей надо.
Elena Kovaleva
Sweep! Sweep!
trying to catch this. Then sweepers on it the whole way. Just rubs the guard over. So Germany now having a look to see who is second shot.
Nicht.
Halt die Frage.
Deswegen ist halt jetzt die Frage, ich glaube nur einmal. Ist halt jetzt die Frage, ob wir einfach den hierher treffen und selber
Den finde ich nicht so
rollen.
schlecht. Einfach nur so hinten 4 vielleicht
Ja.
und dann finde ich gut. Ja.
Ja, vor allem wir sollen den ja auch noch einen Ticken bewegen.
Finde ich aber nicht so schlecht.
Weil wir müssen ja jetzt eh noch mal hinter die Guard.
Ja, auf jeden Fall.
Oder?
Ich finde den gut, dann hast du...
Gut auch, weil direkt durch wäre auch noch okay, aber das wär der Beste,
Das wär
oder?
schon gut.
Ansonsten hier. Ich würde aber nicht viel schneller kommen als geplant, oder? Ich glaube auch, das reicht. Dass er uns halt nicht durchrasselt, weißt du, wenn wir jetzt nichts treffen.
Eben. Auf jeden Fall.
Sonst kommen wir an der Garten
Glaube
nicht
ich
vorbei.
auch. So, und ich würde ihn auch vielleicht anlisten.
Ja.
Was meinst du? 13.
Ich glaube, da draußen ist schon noch langsam, oder?
Ja.
Ja. Es wirkt halt noch extrem stumpf da außen. Okay.
First of skip rocks for Danielle Jensch.
So by playing this shot, it looks as though they think Russia is second shot.
Slips to the back of the four.
Ja, ich wusste nicht, dass
Behind the guard.
У нее, конечно, будет стоять еще удар вот через этот. Мне нравится, наверное, сюда вести.
Да. Как тебе нравится? С индуром или
С аутом. Ну, с сильным, что смысл нам в эту дырку?
Да. Когда после гарда девочка может чтобы валить, чтобы вот так вот перевалила.
So with that just slipping back tee,
4 до так тоже будет супер. Пусть
Russia's
идет
got the
второй.
chance to come round and kill this end for Germany. Germany were wanting just to catch the inside of that yellow, push it onto the red and get the shooter to roll over. Kind of line and it does slip back tee.
Ну, нам в идеале привести фреза, конечно, на него.
Линии побольше! Побольше линии! Наконец, много линий!
So a great chance here for Kovaleva.
Не валит!
Play the freeze.
Big team effort. Trying to bring this as deep as possible. Not for shot stone, but gets in there for second. Line was perfect.
Das Ding ist halt, der wäre für 3, gell?
Der wäre für 3.
Ist halt die Frage, ob uns
Germany
jetzt 2
2 down.
reichen
They
würden.
want to score a
Ist halt
couple
jetzt einfach
back
die Frage,
here.
ob uns die sicheren 2
Oh, we
reichen
can draw
würden,
for
wenn
two.
wir einfach nur einen legen. Wobei, also es war schon
I'm looking
knapp,
if
wie der
it's
jetzt gerade gelaufen ist.
Worth going for something more risky.
Beziehungsweise können wir natürlich auch so legen oder
For
auch
a
mal
three?
den spielen.
Finde ich auch. Sicheren 2 wären schon gut. Aber 3 wären natürlich.
Ja, 3 wären schon besser. Der liegt halt schon da.
The raise is there for 4. Yellow onto red.
Reicht der?
Go over, push yellow
Also
onto
eigentlich
red.
Nase ist absolut okay. Ja, ja, Nase ist okay.
Finde ich auch nicht schlecht.
Viel mehr außen müssen wir gar nicht haben als Nase, oder?
But it's the 8th end. You know, how
Oder? Ja.
risky do you make this? You draw for 2, your peels, force 1 at the 9th. You've got last stone. Go for 2 at the 10th.
Das war doch die Spur, wo es erst spät kommt. Ich glaube, das ist okay.
Schaust
Ja.
du mit?
Ja.
10. Gut die Länge durchsagen.
Ich glaube, 10 ist okay an der Stelle.
Last stone for Danielle Jensch. We'll play the run back. Big sweep here. Trying to hold the line, run it right back to catch the red. They don't actually catch as their own shot. Stone spills it out, and it's a steal of 1 for Russia. That was the risk they were running. And instead of 3, it is a steal. It's a 4-point swing. And Russia will lead by 3. Just over curled. And honestly, not far off. But a bit of a disaster for Germany. Trailing big after 8.
4 фута. Да, поближе гардики, если что. Если будем играть 26-й, то старайтесь ближе, лучше даже в дом.
Отлично. Есть надо. Полностью в дом обязательно, девочки. До самого конца. Давай, 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 девочки, ниже. Ниже надо, еще, до конца, до самого. Давай, 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 давай.
Russia will get us going here.
Хорош, молодцы.
And the 9th end. Germany down by 3 after a risky shot in the 8th. Tried to score a 3. Ended up with a steal. The featured game this morning, Sweden, Switzerland, ending early. Bit of a surprise blowout. But like Tyrion.
Der schmiert total weg, lass ihn gut sein.
Like we saw.
Ist nicht sauber gespielt.
Maybe a tighter game than the scoreboard led you to believe, but the Swiss certainly took their chances, and 9-3 final score. So jumping over next door, Russia, Germany. Kuzmina.
Да, линия свип. Есть, только вес. Да, линия можно. Линия отличная, сделайте вес, только вес. Линия супер, о. Молодец.
Ich würde zuerst hierher kommen. Gut.
14.
So a good setup
Platz ist gut.
for Russia. Ekaterina
Platz ist
Kuzmina.
gut. Von innen bleiben. Von innen dranbleiben.
We'll see Denmark playing Scotland as well on the other side of the Olympia rink.
And Scotland line 2 guarded. Denmark having to draw fully into the 4-foot. Matilda Halsey, she has got backing and plays it well. So score of 1 for Denmark.
Oh, all tied up after 8. Denmark with a good chance of an upset this morning. As we see Helsingborg just peeling out that back rock. They were back-to-back champions of the Europeans, Russia. 2015 and 2016 teams skipped by first Anna Sidorova, then Victoria Moiseva. So there's been some success for the Russians in recent years. They'll have to go back to 2009 to find the last German title. Of course, Andrea Schöpp picking up the gold on that occasion.
So a good come around the corner. Just about come out the other side. That's where the guard's too long. You really need to be on the Le Gruyère logo to be in a useful position.
Whoa, whoa.
So low to the ice. She's like a bullet when she's playing these take-out weights.
I feel like that's a common trait for the low slides. Pretty good at the up weights, like a Nicholas Sedin. Low end behind the rock. Good for the accuracy.
Platz ist gut. Ja, ja.
So Germany persevering, trying to get one round this corner guard.
Halt. Auf jetzt, komm, der muss sich noch verstecken.
Taking a look at all the scores. Sweden, Switzerland, that game's over. Switzerland winning it. Estonia leads Czech Republic by 2. Norway up 1 on Latvia, and tied game, Denmark, Scotland.
Sweep, sweep! Whoa, whoa! 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 Whoa, 5 minutes, 5 minutes!
Хорош. Смутила
Oh,
меня.
she's happy with that. It does stay in the rings. So now a change of tack from Germany. Try and use the centre red as a guard and come around.
Nicht so weit.
Freeze the one at the back of the forefoot.
Platz ist gut.
Dranbleiben. Sicher,
Gehört,
vorne 4.
ja.
Ja! Vorne 4!
Linie. Wow. Achtung. Achtung, go. Genau, freeze. Genau, freeze, hard.
Wow!
13.
Oh, great shot from Amir Abes.
Да, давай. Интурн. Старичек не давал.
Whoa! Whoa!
So Russia just going for the run back.
Нет! Внимание! Sweep! Oh! Sweep! Да! Вытирай,
Really good.
Хорош, Маш.
In behind cover, frozen. Still not good enough. Cover.
Yeah, really good shot.
Нет! Whoa! Нет! Внимание! Sweep! Oh! Sweep! Да!
Вытирай.
Хорош,
Ziemlich
Маш.
eng. Braucht Linie, wenn es geht.
So Germany go back to going round their corner.
Platz ist okay. Platz ist okay. Bleibst von innen dran bleiben.
Nur von innen.
Halt. Yep. Halt.
Hard! Yep, ganz dahinter!
Voll durch. 14-6.
Nicely played, live shot.
Ну да, давай.
Okay.
Gal.
Без бэклайн.
Na,
Czech Republic, Estonia. A chance to score 2 here, tie up the game for Kubeshkova. Just an open draw.
An open draw anywhere in the house. Skip's dream.
Váha, směr je dobrý.
Keeper's just nursing this one in. Pretty good. And no bother. 2 on the board for Czech Republic.
So the game is all tied after 9. 1 end to go. Newcomers Estonia looking to pick up a win here this morning.
Gut hochschauen für den Wechsel dann.
So an error from Russia allows Daniela Jens the opportunity to come around, lie to. Gonna have to work this to pass the guard. And it sits. Very thin double now for Russia. Passes that one top 12 by a couple of inches and completely buried on the button. So a thin double or even a hit and roll over on top wouldn't be a bad result. For Russia, they'd be quite happy to force a 1 here.
A tiny bit of firepower here for Kovaleva. Come off the side yellow here. So we'll over curl. Plan B, the hit and roll, but tough when you play that kind of weight.
They'll not be too concerned. Even losing a 2, they're still 1 up with a hammer coming home. Good position to be in.
Ich glaube, der war 13,9, oder? Jetzt könnte es ja eh auf Sicherheit gehen. Anwischen, anwischen.
Könnt ihr kurz anwischen? Platz ist super.
Anwischen!
Anwischen, ja.
Get the little timer up here. Get a sense of the weights. 13.8, that should be pretty close for the forfeit. Daniel Jensch comes a bit closer to those reds than necessary, but puts it on the button for a good measure. 2 points for Germany. Still, they will trail Russia by the single point, 6-5. 1 end to go.
Ja, ich hätte mir noch gewünscht, dass wir ein bisschen früher anwischen.
Ja, ich habe eigentlich direkt aus der Hand gesagt, anwischen, dass wir diesmal halt draußen
genau,
halt, dass
wir
wir zum
gerade noch
Schluss
gesagt
nicht
haben.
müssen, weil
Genau.
jetzt war es noch knapper.
Ja, eben.
Germany will have to steal here in this 10th end. Steal a 1 for the extra end. Of course, Russia will try to do anything they can to keep the center open.
Yep, with the new 5-rock rule, Germany need to get the guards up, need to get that cover in the right place. But Russia will try the tick.
And that's a very good attempt. And that is a perfect shot. Puts that yellow wide. That can barely be used at all for Germany. That's just an excellent tick shot. And essentially Germany only left with 1 guard here now.
Yeah, they just have to keep persevering.
Sieht schnell aus, sieht sehr schnell aus. Nein, 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 lass ihn. Jetzt curlt er schön. Kannst du von innen noch ein bisschen, yep, hard. Noch ein Stück, hard. Yep, 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 yep. Okay.
Nice center guard by Anna-Lena Jentsch. We'll see if Ekaterina Kuzmina can make 2 ticks in a row here.
Wow, слабее! Внимание! Внимание! Да свип! Wow, wow, wow! Внимание! Wow, нет!
Looks close.
Галя!
Just needs to finish up a tiny bit here. Arsenkina trying to carve it in, and we'll tick it over to the Le Gruyère logo. That is another great shot by Kuzmina as we look on over Eve Muirhead with last draw care playing Denmark.
Okay, T-line
And
guys,
Scotland line 1, opportunity to score 2, to draw fully in the 8-foot.
T-line. Curling now. Curling now, fully. Hard!
Keeper's working this, no problem. Score of 2 for Scotland.
Scotland taking that 6-4 lead coming into the final end. As we see Germany trying to come around.
Good job.
What was left of a guard. The Rex on it. A bit of shrapnel on the left-hand side here. Not a big concern for Russia, but probably try and tidy up a bit anyway.
Как вариант еще вот так, но большая вероятность, что останется желтый здесь.
I'm not sure if I like peeling it this way though. Into the yellows, might spring back into the house. I think she was aware of that, but could very easily peel this on the out turn as well. What do we have here? Works out.
Guard still there for Germany to use. But the good thing for Russia, there's no centre guards. So that 4-foot is wide open.
Wide open and a 1-point lead.
Nice position to be in.
Takes a bit of pressure off if you're not playing against the game.
So do come round nicely. So just going to clear the guard.
Does that well. And now Germany looking to show a centre guard.
sehr gut. 15-8.
Catching the yellow on the side, it's a bonus. Kovaleva says. Don't think too much about it. Peel the center guard, that's the main objective here. Just peel it in that general direction, hope you might catch it, and look at that, there you go. Slash double made. It's a great shot by Komarova as we look on over. Kristin Skosveen of Norway with last rock, playing Latvia here against a bit of a bundle of red rocks in around the forfeit.
Yeah, the only benefit is she can use them as backing. She just needs to sit on that top one, push it back.
Does it curl? Enough. Does it curl to... Not enough?
It's close, they're having a good look.
Not sure.
I think it was a steal for Latvia.
Yeah, I think so. So that's tied up. Komarova. Looking to peel this yellow. Doesn't come off, so a lifeline for Germany here. They'll call a timeout. Danielle Jensch up with the timeout sign. We'll have Keith Wendorf make his way onto the ice.
Und dann wohin mit dem Draw? Weil ich denke, sie hat die Drawlänge. Das heißt, wenn wir den irgendwo nur im 8-Fuß nachher platzieren, sie wird sicherlich besser legen können. Also ich will sie eigentlich wirklich entweder zu einem sehr guten Draw locken oder halt dann wirklich zum Takeout.
Kurze dann. Und dann nach dahinter.
Sie nimmt
Meinst du, sie
dann
spielt ihn weg?
Ja, ich denke, die wird die Guard wegspielen.
Weil dann macht sie den. Und dann haben wir...
Dann haben wir halt gar nichts mehr. Das ist halt jetzt die Frage. Ob sie, die Frage ist halt, spielt sie beide oder macht sie nur den einen? So I'm just thinking about two questions, like where to put the guard, or if to put a guard, and where to put my second one, because she drew perfectly from the other end. And I think if it's not a tough draw, she will make it anyways. But also, like if we put up a guard now and she makes another double throw, yeah, I think so too. But if she, yeah.
Where would you put it?
Top 8.
I think I would go on the other side of the center. Sure, so that she doesn't have an easy goal, maybe. Yeah.
So even if you come up into the
front four,
like,
yeah.
Then she's got a few things in mind,
right? She'll probably play the hit, and then from the angle. Would you do the medium guard or just the short?
Not too
the medium's going to make the peel a little harder for
I think so too. Yeah, maybe between the two logos.
Okay. Willst du über Sissys Seite spielen oder andersrum?
Ich denke, über die Seite ist gut, oder?
Ich glaube, ja.
Ja, ich denke auch.
Discussing a few options here. Rona, the expert, where would you put this one?
Yeah, this is where it becomes difficult because Russia played such good ticks at the beginning of the end. The cover's not on the centre, which is where you want it to block that button. At the end of the day, Germany want to leave Russia the hardest shot possible. So discussing whether put up a centre guard. Because Russia are going to have to chase it rather than the open one.
We'll leave another slash chance for Russia though.
It will, but at this stage, there's not really any other option. You just have to leave her that shot.
Should leave the guard a bit off the center line, make the angle a bit tougher. Taking a look over, Czech Republic playing Estonia, tied game. They're in the 10th end, so last stone for Marie Thurman.
Yeah, Czech Republic are asking the question. They're line 3. This has to be fully in the 8 foot. The line looks great. It's all about the weight now. Is it going to stop?
Well, it's trying, and it seems to settle down nicely in the back 4. There you go, win for Estonia. Great draw under pressure from Marie Thurman. 6-5 final score. Another final here this morning. And really important win for the Estonians looking to stay up in the A group. As we now see Kovaleva attempt the slash double here, runs it. Will he catch it? No, just right past it. Only needed a few licks of the brush there to get it. And Germany again with a chance here. So close.
Yeah, so they want to put their second counter in a place where a nose hit doesn't give Russia the shot.
Two ways of thinking here.
Yep.
Either you put a top 12 and leave the draw, or you could just put it on the side of the forfeit. Maybe just nibble the side of the forfeit. Leave the hit. Put this top 12, it's probably an automatic draw. But then again, should still be playing against the game.
And that's where it's how confident is the skip with her draw.
Going to try to put this as deep into the 8 foot as possible without leaving the nose hit, like you said, Rona.
Hard, yeah!
Wanted a few inches deeper, but it's pretty good there. And it's up to Kovaleva.
But I think as well for Russia, they've got that cushion. They are 1 up in the game. If they lose a 1, they get an extra end. It's not like it's a peeled game. So it is that extra in your head that you think the pressure's not as much as it would be. Because she can't afford to roll much off this. Has to roll in.
We'll play the hit here. Nose hit will not be good enough. We'll need to roll in just a few inches here for the win. Kovaleva, Team Russia, will they have it? Yes, they will. Rolls in to the edge of the forfeit. And a W for Team Russia over Germany. Another game coming to an end this morning in Helsingborg. A round robin just shaping up, 2 games in the books. 7-5 final score. Two great ticks by Kuzmina. Really set up that end for Russia. 2 wins so far after 2 games for them, as we move our focus over to the other side of the Olympia rink. Scotland playing Denmark. Coming in as favourites, perhaps. Team of Vive Muirhead, but Denmark really giving them a bit of a headache this morning.
Scotland have got the 2-shot lead coming into this 10th end. Trying to remove that red. Which she does. Denmark have got last stone. They need a 2 to tie the game.
Skip's deuce required from Matilda Halse. Find some cover with the first one here. Hope for a mistake. Get in there for 2. and an extra end. Looks like they're coming around the corner guard here.
It is quite a high guard
Yes.
as well, so not easy to bury completely and not be accessible for Eve.
Might want to try and keep this quite high up in the house. Just full 12 foot really, just enough to outcount the Yellowstone top 12.
Yep, this young Danish team had quite an opening at the European Championships, playing Sweden and then Scotland, the first two games.
Well, should have them sharp for the remaining games. Line looking pretty good here for Denmark. No need to drag this much deeper. They are in behind the T line.
Yep, and out the other side.
That's not necessarily such a bad thing. If you're going to show a piece of the rock, might as well show it on the wide side where it's a bit unplayed. It's tougher to get to. You're having to kick it a further distance as well. Coming from the outside. Even your head.
Yeah, like that.
Elimination of the stone is all that's required for the win.
Clean. No.
Last rock for Eve Muirhead. From the numbers alone, maybe it's had an up and down game. This one, will it curl enough? No, just tickles the red. Leaves it in the 8 foot. And the worry continues for Team Scotland. Denmark with a chance to draw, score 2, and push this game into an extra.
I thought that was going to move more.
A bit baffled by that, the Scots. I thought that was looking good out of hand. So this young Danish side with a great opportunity to play one more end against one of the curling greats, Eve Muirhead. Potential upset on the cards, but first this one needs to be made.
The same line, she came down with her first.
A little bit of panic, but I think they've got this here. The sweeper's just guiding this stone into the 8 foot. 2 points for Denmark. And it's all tied after 10 ends, which means we'll go one more.
Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har
A little bit of a situation here in Olympia ring. Fire alarm's gone off, and seems like the players have been instructed to leave the building.
Attention, please. Fire has been
and I guess we might have to do that as well, Rona.
Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit.
So everyone in the building will have to evacuate, and we will come back to a conclusion when this issue has been resolved. Stay tuned.
Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång. Attention please. Attention please. Fire has been reported in the building. Please leave the building immediately by the nearest exit. Viktigt meddelande. Viktigt meddelande. Brand har utbrutit i byggnaden. Lämna omedelbart byggnaden genom närmaste utgång.
bygget så jag måste väl göra det också. New one.
They get a few practice slides.
Check. Did you check?
That's what it said.
But for Norway, it's way different.
I don't know about them. There was talk of it's more than 10 minutes then to restart the end. But we just have to see them further.
Det noen regler for når det skal hva.
Want to quote people here, that's fine. Wait for Is everyone here that needs to be, all 4 teams are represented, that's what I'm wanting. Yeah. Okay. The rule is that when the game is interrupted, it will continue from where play stopped. Okay? So obviously just the extra end will continue. Likewise, the last 2 draws will have to be played here. As far as the ice is concerned, there's obviously a limit to what we can do. It can be mopped. It's obviously easy to do that on Echo. Happy to do that if both coaches are in agreement with it. As far as it's obviously a lot harder here with stones in play, we could mop from the hack right up to the hog line here, or to the edge of the stone. But we obviously cannot move the stones. But so that's.
But is that fair? I mean, the ice
can I say, is she Echo? Are you happy to mop and just carry on?
Yeah.
Right. Can that game just get started now, please? Restarted. So, what other solution do you have? I'm happy to discuss it, although I'm conscious time is ticking.
Start last
no, the rule doesn't allow for us to do that. Right, Mark 12.
Right, so we are back in the building. Athletes, umpires, and spectators are back in place. So for Denmark and Scotland, this game will continue. Just a few practice slides here. We'll have the ice makers just mop the ice, and we'll get going. From what I could tell, there was a small fire, and the problem's been sorted.
Indeed. Everybody back in, safe and sound.
Bit of a bigger issue next door, Latvia, Norway.
Yeah.
As they were in, well, just with 2 rocks left to play.
A really critical part of the game for them, for both teams.
Right.
For Scotland and Denmark, they've agreed to just start the extra end and just get going.
Yeah, they can mop their sheet and start the end, where it's the same for both sides, whereas in the Latvia-Norway game there's a difference because there's stones in play and only 1 stone left each. So if there is a change to the ice speed, whoever's throwing first is at slight disadvantage. So those teams are debating right now, because the ruling is you have to continue.
They've got to play the touch play.
If there's an interruption in play, you have to continue where you left off.
Once we had a player who had to like be
Well, this is going to be the talking point for the day, I think. Definitely a first for Eddie. Not sure if we've had a fire alarm.
But you made it.
Well, definitely had a fire alarm, but not sure if we've had an evacuation, had a championship before.
No,
but there's older people out there than me that might be able to tell.
I don't remember one.
So we were like all calm.
At least you're with ice, so if in danger, stand on the ice. You'll be okay for a wee while.
So everyone's good to go. It is Denmark-Scotland. Extra end. It was a draw 4-2 for Matilda Halse to score the 2 points and push this game into the extra. And
And when I put the broom
it's a good thing everyone reacted the way they did. Safety first.
Ja. Vi har stadig den der.
And I was just to get back into it and focus on what's at hand. One end of curling for this young Danish side playing Scotland, and they're close to pulling off an upset here.
And the time clock's not a problem for this game, because you get extra minutes of thinking time for an extra end.
So, first one to throw a rock after this break in the game. Does quite well, Mie Larsen with the center guard, so might tell you that the ice hasn't changed too much. Vicky Wright, lead for Scotland.
It shouldn't change much in that it's really not much longer than the 15 break, and again they mop it after that. So
looking for the tick shot here, and will get a bit of a tickle. Pretty good attempt, pretty good result as well. So far, doesn't seem to be affecting the players at all.
Denmark just have to position these guards as best they can. Scotland want to clear the front.
Similar. Der er en, der kommer blive og hjælper mig med at feje, hvis der er. Karolina? Det er fint. Nej, jeg
So Vicky Wright, second tick attempt.
Well, the first one, even just getting it off the center line and leaving a better angle at a double clear, helped a lot. But if they can ever move this way off the center line, it'd be great for them. But catches a bit too much of it, and will push it to the bumper. So that stone's replaced. So something to play with here for Denmark. Set up a steal.
God retning. God fart. Bare et. Bare et. Hænger meget lige nu. Hænger lidt. Her. Lige over. Ja. Yep. Yep. Here. Yep. Skal lige over. Skal lige over.
Need this one over the hog line here from Jensen, but it's not. So big mistake and a let off for Scotland. Now, do you play the double or do you keep it simple here? Just rip the center.
The double's fairly straightforward. So
either, yeah, you'll be good.
Jen Dodd's first stone.
So moving on to Latvia, Norway, last rock. Latvia had one rock to play after the stop and play. And they peeled a rock that was top 12, so it is an open draw, but
just needs to bite the 8 foot. Kristen Skarslian, she's played a lot of key draws in this game today.
and then the question at hand, has the ice changed at all? Is it slower? Bit of a guess. Just gonna hope it holds up and throw the same speed. Looks like the sweepers are liking it here.
Yeah, they seem quite happy. Line's good. It's all about the weight. No problem.
Wow. Able to finish off the game and a win, a first for Norway. After a bit of drama here this morning in the Olympia rink. Cool customer. So only one game remains, and it is Denmark-Scotland this extra end. And 2 great shots by Jennifer Dodds. Really opens up the front.
Still not doing much there on that out right now.
Denmark just have to persevere, trying to get cover up front.
God retning. Rigtig god retning. Skal bare over. Rigtig god retning. Hænger lidt lige nu, men
Bare kør,
fint.
bare kør.
Rammer fint.
Bare kør.
Køler rigtig meget nu. Bare lige her.
Bare lige op.
Godt, Susmin.
I said too much, said it, Jane. Just straight.
Lauren Gray moved up to play third this season.
Yes. Yes, Jane.
She has skipped her own teams in the past. Experience at the back end. Will peel the center guard.
Der er ikke noget, den lige kommer 2 meter længere. 3. God retning. Kommer til at køre ind.
Jasmin Lander.
Ja. Wow. Bare 3. Hvis I kan, så hjælp. Køl over. Wow. Wow.
Needs it over.
Bare lige her. Bare lige over. Okay.
And they are. Eventually we'll have to come around that corner guard, I think.
No. Easy. Repeat.
Don't touch it, just leave it. No, you're gonna go. You're gonna go. Good.
Good.
Just enough.
Just it. Yeah.
So, 2 rocks left, Denmark. Would you ever consider coming around the corner guard with this one?
Yep, then they peel the corner, and then you put a second one in, and force either a draw or a lose it if he's last.
It looks like they're just playing the center guard. Just double checking that running band for debris. Let's it go.
Okay. Fin linje. Wow. Køler.
Køler nu.
Køler. Køler.
Kun 4.
God linje. God linje. Bare 3. Bare 3. Det er fint. Møg, giv den lidt.
Have we got the routine?
So they do get their centre guard in place.
Yep. Move a little more, but I think it'll still be good at that weight.
I just don't want to jam against that, so it'll just give them even more cover.
Steve Muirhead happy to have the 8 foot for the game. Just peel the centre guard, allow the come around the corner. Be left lots of room to win.
Clean. Clean, easy. Clean. Yep. Easy, we're good, we're good. Yep.
Unusual low numbers from Muirhead this morning.
Yep, but it's playing those key shots when you need to. And Eve will be left with a very open head.
No need to be even the Philly bird here. Might as well leave it half open. Try and snag as much of the 8 foot as possible. Maybe put Muirhead in the thinking box, even if you put it just edge on edge with the guard. She might still consider drawing. Just have her think. It's always good. Just have your opponent think about 2 options rather than just the one.
Yeah, and it's different knowing you have to play a draw to outcount something rather than just an open head.
Godt fart. Kør. Jeg kan ændre ret meget, Pia. God retning. Hold jer. Vend lidt.
Bit of a slow slide. Just told the sweepers she added a bit.
They want to try and make it curl a bit more in behind.
I think it's okay there. Well, didn't catch any of the 8 foot, so it's more or less an open draw from your head here. And you'll see the front end just keeping the path very clean here.
So, a skip stream shot. Last stone of an extra end. House wide open. Bite the 8 foot for the win.
Line's good.
All down to Vicky Wright and
Line's
Jennifer
good.
Dodds.
C-line. Just needs to be
Guide
flowing.
the stone.
Make sure. Make sure.
Keep a brush down from
It's curling. Make
Just
sure.
into
Back
the
8's fine.
8 foot would be more than enough. And this is looking pretty good from Eve Muirhead and team. They'll get right into the forfeit for the win. A single point, good enough here in the extra. 7-6 final score in favour of Scotland, and that will conclude this session this morning in Helsingborg. Lots of good curling, a little bit of fire alarm drama.
Yeah, don't let it die. Do we need to take them down? No. Good job.
Another good performance by the young Danes. Definitely giving the teams a fight out there. Sixth end. And Helsingborg forced to play the open hit to score the single. Will do just that. In the 7th end, Alina Pets. with her first of the end, making this hit and roll in. Sweden straw coming up a bit short there in the top 8, so chance for Pets to draw in and score 3 and put this game to bed with a bit of help from the front end. 3 points on the board indeed, and it's a very solid win for the Swiss, edging out the Swedes 9-3. Here we have all the scores this morning. Russia picking up a win on Germany 7-5. Estonia with a win on Czech Republic. Norway also finishing off the game against Latvia 6-5. And as we just saw, Scotland also winning over Denmark in an extra end 7-6. These are the standings after 2 games played in the women's competition. Russia and Switzerland sit on top with 2 wins, followed by Scotland, Czech Republic, Estonia, Norway and Sweden, all at 1 win. For Denmark, Germany and Latvia, no wins yet, but still some games to go.
A seemingly dominant performance by Switzerland today. What was working well for you?
Well, it looked easier than it actually was. We were forced to make a few great shots actually, and they didn't play as bad. And it's just Alina and also me. I think we had a good game, and yeah, it was. We were happy that only took us like 7 ends actually. So that's like unusual against this team.
It still seems like you have a bit of a grip on the Swedes. Not a lot of teams are able to beat them. You've done it a few times this season. Why is that?
Well, they beat us a lot too, so I think we are even. And I don't know. It seems like we get our best when we play against them. So I hope we meet them again at the weekend and can perform the same way we did today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching curling here from Helsingborg, Sweden. Stay tuned for more action from the European Curling Championships 2019.
Foxy. Allez.